hold up. What is with all the positivity this week? Like that's not okay. Like we can't just go and just randomly have an episode where everything's great and rosy and sunshine and happy endings on the horizon for everyone else. Like I was just watching this episode thinking, wow, this has got to be the calm before the storm. And then it clicked into my brain and I remembered what the name of the episode was. Worst dinner party ever. And then it was just mere minutes later that we got reintroduced to our old friend Isaac. Yep, that's right. We couldn't go even one episode without having an Isaac flare-up in our lives. You know, this man just won't go away, won't stop, and, you know, like why would we expect anything different at this point? All right, let's just rewind back to the start of the episode, and we'll go through everything for each of the couples. First off, starting with, of course, Katina and Isaac. Right out of the gate, we see Katina talking with one of her friends, and she describes Isaac as a safe place for her. Now, I don't know what everyone else thinks about when they think of a safe place, but a safe place is definitely not something that is supposed to treat you like crap. That's supposed to treat you like less than you are. And that's all we've seen from Isaac all season long, is him look down and think he's better than Katina. And why would that stop anytime soon? So it's 1 month anniversaries this week, and of course that was why we had all the happiness and sunshine and rainbows. But did anyone else notice that Olajuwon, pardon me, I am very, very sorry, Isaac, did anyone else notice that Isaac did nothing for their 1 month anniversary? Well, actually, that's not true. He apparently got her an oversized tank top and some oversized shorts. And I feel like if that's what I gave to my wife as an anniversary gift, I would be sleeping on the couch. Yeah, Katina was the one who prepared everything for their 1 month anniversary, and Isaac did nothing. Today I learned what a gondola was. Didn't know about gondolas. The gondola, and it was kind of romantic, but that water that they were floating over was disgusting. Like if you went to the bathroom in that river, it would actually make the water cleaner. It's gross. That was gross. I don't want to go in a boat in that river. That was, ugh. On their 1 month, Isaac gives his romantic speech, but of course it had to include a few backhanded compliments. I think her cooking was brought up in his romantic speech. There was, I think, another one in there that was not really romantic, not really a compliment, but just a direct insult, and just disgusting. Like even when things are good, this guy just still doesn't get it. He doesn't get that he needs to show his wife that he cares in whatever capacity that is for him. You remember how Katina made that movie night for Isaac? Like, return the favor. Do something for her. Now the 1 month anniversary is come and gone, and he did nothing for her besides give her a tank top and some shorts, which, I mean, so romantic right there. I have a question for everybody. What is marriage chemistry? Like I've never heard of this marriage chemistry before, but apparently Isaac he knows about marriage chemistry and friendship chemistry, and all of a sudden he's saying that he and Katina might only have friendship chemistry, and it just kind of came out of the blue. You know, it was very clearly that he was mad about something And like the only thing that came to my head was, is this man furious that Katina didn't get up and go into the kitchen to bring him out his hot meal for the day? Like, that's what was going through my head, of why this man is so triggered and so ready to go off on his wife in front of all the other couples. So we finally find out that Isaac was snooping around in her phone and found something he wasn't happy with. First off, why are you snooping around in your wife's phone? You know, to me, that is always a relationship red flag. Like, yes, you should feel comfortable with your partner using or being on your phone, absolutely, but you should also have the trust that they're not going to go snoop around through everything on your phone. And that's not to say like, hey everybody, you should be hiding all your dirty, naughty little things on your phone. No, you should have the trust that one, your partner doesn't have those things on their phone. And I mean, that doesn't even just extend to phones, like whatever. You know, you kind of have that trust level that basically your partner is being faithful to you. That's what it is at the end of the day. You need to have that trust. And if you're in a marriage or a committed relationship of any sort, you need to have that level of trust. And clearly they do not, because he was snooping around in her phone and found something that he didn't like. He like was so clear that the dinner was not the place to address this. It's like, you know what? Just get through the dinner, you know, maybe don't say too much when all the questions are going around, and address things later on. You know, there is a immature way and a mature way to handle issues like this, and this was very much the immature way. Very, very Isaac-like, and at this point, would we expect any less of this man? So they finally get back to the apartment, and this is sort of where we ended the episode, and it turns out Katina had a dating app on her phone, which absolutely a no-no. She should not have that on her phone, but very easy to find out if she's been using it. Like, it's not hard. You say, hey, found this on your phone. Why do you have it on your phone? Could we open it up just to see that you've not used it? She opens it up, hasn't used it, the end. The end. But of course, Isaac uses this as an opportunity to show all of us watching out there, how amazing of a guy he is. He deleted all those things from his phone. He deleted everything that could get him in trouble. And like, to me, even that, like, if he has to brag that he's deleting all these things, makes me think, like, what actually did you have hiding in your phone that you had to get rid of? You know, not the other way around. And also, like, someone who goes and snoops around in other people's things always makes me think, what are they hiding? Like, if they have the thought in their head, oh, I need to find out what this other person is hiding, always makes me think, what are they hiding? But, you know, Isaac is so high up on his high horse that I'm sure he has never done anything wrong in his entire life. Very, very easily, this could have all been resolved, good or bad. Open that app up, find out when she sent her last message. The end. You know, she had an explanation. She said, oh, it's an old app, don't use it, just didn't delete it. You know what? That's fine. You can accept that, move on, or you can say, you know what, I would like you to show me. And you know what, very easy. She just opens it up, and you'll very easily be able to see when she last used it. The end. But of course, not the route Isaac took. Katina takes off her mic, storms off, and thankfully this relationship is no longer in good standing, because for Katina's sake, I really hope that she gets out of this relationship, because it's nothing but negativity moving forward. All right, enough about them. Let's jump into our second couple of the week. Let's jump over to Noi and Steve. We started off with the friend's advice once again. Steve getting some advice from one of his friends, but he's kind of leaving some things out in telling his friend what was going on, and as a result, wasn't really getting the best advice, you know. So they had their big fight, and to me, the biggest thing that came out of that was Noi just ghosting Steve for 24 hours. And that part was left out. The fight was put in, that part was left out, and I feel like that's a very critical piece of information that he should have shared. Noi telling her friend that the relationship is 80% good, 20% not good. And in my opinion, in a relationship, that is not even close to enough. That ratio needs to be way higher. It's like Monday to Thursday, everything's great in your relationship, and then every single Friday, everything is terrible. You know, that's not good enough. You know, you can have a bad day occasionally, but it can't be once a week, once every 5 days. Not healthy for anyone. So Noi, you might want to bump those ratings or those expectations up a little bit if you think that 80% good is okay. Noi wants to encourage Steve to do what he wants, aka Noi wants to encourage Steve to do exactly what she wants. Love isn't everything. This is Noise talking to her friend. They say like, love isn't everything, and then her friend tries to say how they are both romantics, and I'm thinking, all right, so you're a romantic, but love isn't that important to you. You know, with each passing episode, we're starting to get the image drawn that Noi just wants money. She wants money and security. We've been told why, but you know, over and over again, things get boiled down to how much money is Steve willing to contribute to this relationship, and nothing more. And we're starting to feel like if Noi doesn't get what she wants, then this relationship is going to be doomed to fail. Noi seemed a little surprised that Steve had planned the sushi boat for them, and I really interpreted that as being surprised that Steve had the money to pay for the sushi boat. And that is because, you know, she only cares about money, and even we get to the end of their romantic 1 month together, and all of her concerns are money. Are any of the other couples talking about money right now? You know, the closest would have probably been Mark this week, basically having to start to look for a new job. But still, you know, Lindsay's not like, well, if you don't have a job, then you need to get the heck out of here, because you're not contributing enough to this marriage. Even on the boat, you know, Steve, like, he very clearly explained how he's trying to approach their issues, you know, trying to talk about their issues, and you could just see that Noi didn't care because it wasn't exactly what she wanted. All right, enough about Noi and Steve. I think it's inevitable that they're going to break up over money, and yeah, they're just really not that interesting of a couple for me at this point, just because they are not going to get that one issue resolved. Next up, let's talk about Lindsay and Mark. So as I just mentioned when we're talking about Noy and Steve, Mark is looking for a new job. Didn't get the whole story on what had gone down there, but I think his work has kind of been a negative element in their relationship, and him potentially finding a job that's one, closer to where they want to be, and two, with some more regular hours. Sounds like it could be something that could benefit their relationship. One thing that stuck out to me during their first conversation together was just how not compatible these two are. Like, they just aren't. They don't live life on the same page, on the same wavelength. And sure, they have moments where they intersect and maybe things are okay, but ultimately they just not compatible. Like, let's just be honest. No, even if they say yes on decision day, this is absolutely an eventual divorce. And also, Lindsay would like you to know that she's been there for Mark in the bad times. Look, you put on a hazmat suit for a few hours and then you complained about every single thing in Mark's apartment. That doesn't make you a saint, Lindsay. It just doesn't. You did one thing that was vaguely supportive, and that is it. Last week, we were talking about potentially matching up Isaac and Steve. But this week, I think we have a new dream couple, and that is Mark and Chris. You know, they might be the cutest couple of the season. They just seemed so great together when they were out plant shopping for the 1 month anniversary. I think that, they're both don't want to have confrontation in their life. They're both nice people, and they really just want what's best for each other. So when things don't work out with Mark and Lindsay, let's at least get Mark and Chris moving in together for a little while. We are a month in, and Mark is still hoping that something will change before decision day. And that's very, very scary for me because what can happen in the next month that would potentially make Mark say yes? Like, I really just don't see how there could be enough of a change in Lindsay that he should be able to say yes on decision day, especially as we go through the rest of this episode and, get a little more insight into Lindsay and who she is. They're driving out for their 1 month anniversary, and Lindsay was just acting like a little child in the car playing with the radio. Like, come on, your man's trying to do something nice for you. He's trying to have a little romantic moment, and you just can't help yourself. You have to try to ruin it. They went out to a nice little campground, not really Mark's thing, but definitely Lindsay's thing, which I think really shows like, hey, it may not be my thing, but really wanted to do something that you wanted and you liked for this 1 month anniversary. We got to the point where they rewatched the wedding, and Mark really had a moment after seeing their wedding replayed out on the video. Lindsay, on the other hand, did not have that same moment of reflection. And you know what? That continued on into the dinner, where it was pretty clear that Lindsay just does not reflect on her experience, her feelings, just on what she wants from Mark. We hear Lindsay saying that she's been all in since day one, and I'm just sitting there thinking, why lie? Everything was on camera. Like, everything that you've done in the last month's been on camera. Like, what is the point of just lying and saying that you've been all in? Because you have not. And then jumping over to the dinner, really felt like she was antagonizing Mark. Treating him like a child in front of him. She's always got to be like poking him and like whatever she was doing with the back of the head, which is clearly something he does not like. But he won't say anything in front of everybody in that big group. You know, he doesn't want to start a big fight. He doesn't want to cause a commotion. He just wants things to be nice, calm, and normal. But she's just there. She can't help herself. She has to antagonize him to try to get something out of Mark. And it's very, very disrespectful to Mark, and just very, very, I don't even know the word. It's just trashy. It just really is, because she's essentially trying to start a fight in front of everyone for whatever reason. And at the dinner, she once again showed that she has no reflection at all for her actions or her role in that relationship. Lastly, we have Jasmina and Michael. And, you know, I think Michael sounds like he really wants this to work, especially when he was talking to his friend there at the start of the episode. I really got that vibe that he really, really wants this. Jasmina looked like she was very blown away with what Michael put together for their 1 month anniversary. Really, he pulled out all the stops, had that beautiful breakfast for them. There was the basket from the experts, which, no, Michael, you can't take credit for that, but you can for everything else. They went back to where they got married for the 1 month anniversary meal, you know, redid their vows, had dinner right where they got married, had the first dance again. Very, very romantic. Capped the night off with the same cake that they had from their wedding day. Michael went absolutely all out. One thing that came out of that date that I felt was a little weird was Jasmina saying the first 4 weeks were a waste, and then be happy with where they're at 4 weeks and 2 days. You know, like the first 4 weeks were absolutely terrible, but these last two days were great. Nothing redeemable from the first 28 days. I just, you know, it just felt weird to me. Like, not good or bad, just like that little turnaround was so quick. But, you know, kind of in the diary room and whatnot this episode, we kind of get it revealed that Jasmina is still not feeling anything romantic after a 1 month. And for me, very, very hard to believe that she is going to feel that romantic spark before we get to decision day. As much as the last 2 weeks have been steps forward for this couple, I really just feel like it's too little too late for Jasmina and Michael. I think that's where we're going to wrap things up for this week. Definitely going to be some fireworks next week. This was absolutely the calm before the storm this week. A nice quiet week, you know, maybe just bring down my stress levels a little bit. Let me relax a little bit before whatever the fallout from especially Isaac's actions at the end of the episode. So as always, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we will see you later.